Welcome student. Welcome in Ultimate Biology. Today we are going to discuss on post fertilization changes in case of flower. Post fertilization changes means after fertilization, which changes takes place here in case of this flower. We will see one by one. We will see here in the detail. In the flower, in case of bisexual flower, both sexes are present, androecium as well as gynoecium. This one, outermost whorl of the flower, we call it as a calyx. Beneath the calyx, next whorl is there, this one colorful whorl, we call it as a corolla. Then beneath the corolla, next whorl is present, this one we call it as a androecium. And innermost whorl of the flower, this one we call it as a gynoecium. Gynoecium, it consists of stigma, style and ovary. These are the parts of gynoecium. And inside this gynoecium, there is a structure which is present, this one. We call it as ovule. After fertilization, which changes takes place, we will see here. Dear student, in previous video, we have seen how the double fertilization and triple fusion takes place here in this embryo sac. After double fertilization and triple fusion, now there is no need of this stigma and there is no need of this style. So this stigma and this style both get collapse. This stigma, it becomes dry because now there is no need of this stigma. So this stigma as well as this style in majority of that flowering plants, this stigma as well as this style both, they collapse like this. Now they collapse, and after that in the flower only this structure is remained, this one, this structure we call it as ovary, and inside the ovary this structure that is ovule, it is present in this ovary. After fertilization, now this androecium which is present here, one stamen, second stamen, third stamen, like this stamen, collectively we call it as androecium. Now there is no need of this androecium in this bisexual flower, and now this androecium also get collapse, detach from that flower. And after that, this one petals, here petals are present, petals, collectively it forms a corolla. Now see here in case of these twig, Dolonex regia, see here this is a flower, colorful flower. Now the petals of these flowers are colorful because now these flower perform the function of what? Pollination. Now these petal, they perform the function to attract the insect for the process of what? Pollination, due to which the petals in case of these flowers, they are bright in color, and due to these bright color petals, insect get attracted and pollination carried out here in case of these flower. But if fertilization takes place within flower or in between these flower or the flower which is present on another plant, autogamy, geitonogamy, or we call it as the xenogamy, by any means, if fertilization takes place in the plant, after fertilization there is no need of these colorful petals. There is no need to attract the insect for the process of what? Now pollination. After fertilization there is no need. So after fertilization what happened? These are colorful petal which is there, that colorful petal, now their color, the color becomes like this. Now they becomes like this pale yellow in color because there is no need to attract the insect for the process of what? Pollination. and after fertilization this petal it get collapse. This petal get collapse like this. Androecium also get collapse, and one by one like these petals also get collapse. Only this structure remains here. That structure we call it as what? That gynoecium. And in the gynoecium only that structure only remains on this thalamus. That structure we call it as ovary. Inside ovary this structure is present. That structure we call it as ovule. After fertilization, these ovary get convert into fruit. After fertilization, these ovule get convert into seed. See here. In case of Mangifera indica, this one, mango. This one is the fruit of mango, drupe. Now, in case of this mango, there is a complete structure, this one. Ovary get convert into like this fruit. And there is a structure which is there, this one, this is a structure. This structure we call it as ovule. That ovule it get convert into like this structure. This one. We call it as a seed. See here. Like this a seed formation takes place here. See. Means this a structure, it is a ovary which get converted into like this a fruit. And the ovule which is present inside this ovary, that ovule get converted into like this a seed. After fertilization, like this ovary get converted into fruit, and that ovule it get converted into seed like this. Now this ovary which is there, this ovary it ripened like this. In case of mango, see here, this ovary ripened like this, and this ovary it shows this wall. We call it as a ovary wall. From here to here, this is a wall. This one, this wall, we call it as a ovary wall. In case of mango, this ovary wall it is a fleshy in nature, and it get differentiated into three, like this wall or carp. This fruit wall, or we call it as a ovary wall. In case of this mango, differentiate into epicarp, differentiate into mesocarp, and differentiate into endocarp. See here. This one. This one, this structure. This one epicarp. Epi means above. This one above. Carp comes from carpe. One member of gynoecium we call it as what? Carpel. Mango it is a monocarpillary in nature. Means it is a carpel. This one carpel. Epicarp. Second wall, that is a mesocarp. This one is the mesocarp which is fleshy in nature from here to here. That is a meso. Meso means middle. This one mesocarp which is fleshy in nature. And next one, that is an endocarp. Here this is a carp which is there. That carp we call it as a endocarp. In case of a mango, that a seed covered with a hard that coverings, that we call it as a endocarp. Inside that hard covering endocarp, seed is present. Two cotyledons are present. In case of this drupe or this mango. Now see here. In case of this leguminous plant, see here. Broad bean, or we call it as a vicia. This one. This is the complete structure after fertilization. This one ovary get converted into like this fruit. And inside this fruit, all these, see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These all structures are nothing but that ovule after fertilization. Now it get modified into like this structure. We call it as a seed. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. All seeds are present inside this ovule. So this one is the ovary. Ovary get converted into like this fruit, and that ovule get converted into like this seed. In case of these vicia, broad bean. Now in case of these Deilonex regia, this is a legume. Deilonex regia, it is also a leguminous plant. And in case of this leguminous plant, the fruit is like this legume, like this. Now these are these a fruit wall. In case of this legume, this one is the fruit, and this one is the fruit wall. Now these fruit wall do not differentiate into like this epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp, because these fruit, this one legume, it is not a fleshy fruit, it is like these dry fruits. It is what? Like this dry fruit. So epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp get fused and they forms like this legume like structure. These fruit we call it as what? Like this dry fruit. See here in case of these tomato, Solanum lycopersicum, this one ohori get converted into like this fruit, and inside these ohori here all these structure which is there, these structure are the seeds, means ovule get converted into like this seed. This fruit is also a fleshy fruit. See here, this one differentiated into epicarp. This one is the epicarp, then next one, this one is the mesocarp, and here that this one is what? Endocarp. So like these so many fruits are there. In case of this one we call it as a Solanum melangena. See here, this one is the ohori get modified into fruit, and inside these fruits here the seeds which are present, that seeds are nothing but that after fertilization ovule get modified into or converted into what? Like this seed. So there are so many examples. In case of this one, see here, we call it as Aza directa indica. See here, these are fruits. In case of Aza directa indica, neem, all these are the fruits. All these fruits are fleshy fruits, and the ohori wall get differentiated into epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp in case of these seeds also, and in case of these fruits also. And inside these fruit seeds are present. That seeds are nothing but after fertilization ovule get modified into what? That is seed. Now see here, after fertilization ohori get converted into fruit. Fruit consists of fruit wall or ohori wall differentiated into epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp, and this structure which is present in the ohori, that is ovule, it get converted into seed. Now which changes are going on after fertilization here in case of this ovule? We will see from this embryo sac. Embryo sac or we call it as a bag. Embryo sac means such a bag in which after fertilization from this egg get transformed into zygote, and zygote get transformed into embryo by mitosis cell division. From this structure embryo formation takes place after fertilization in this ovule. After fertilization, this egg which is surrounded with these two supportive cells, we call it as a synergid. Now there is no function of these synergids after fertilization. So these are both synergids. One synergids get dissolved at the time of pollen tube entry, and another tube which is present at this synergid, it also get dissolved like this. After fertilization, opposite to these micropylar end, chalazal end is there, and towards the chalazal end in this embryo sac 1, 2, 3 cells are present known as the antipodal cell. After fertilization there is no need of this antipodal cell. Before fertilization also there is no need of this antipodal cell, but after fertilization these 3 antipodal cells degenerate, dissolve, disintegrate, disappear like this, dissolve, and in the embryo sac only 2 cells remain which is functional. One is the egg which get transformed into embryo, and second one, this one, that is a primary endosperm nucleus which is formed by 3 nucleus. And this primary endosperm nucleus after fertilization in this big central cell, now we call it as a primary endosperm cell. These cells divide and redivide by mitosis cell division, and here endosperm formation takes place. Here endosperm formation takes place. We will see the endospermic seed, non-endospermic seed detail in coming video. Now this embryo sac surrounded with these tissue, This tissue we call it as a nucellar tissue. Before fertilization, this nucellar tissue provide nutrition to this embryo sac or the event which are going on in this embryo sac. But after fertilization, now there is no need of this nucellar tissue, and after fertilization, these nucellar tissues in majority of cases it get disintegrate or dissolve. But there are some cases in which they may develop into the perisperm, a papery structure. A perisperm means some remains, it get persist here in the seed, it remain as it is, and this a perisperm we call it as that perisperm that feed the embryo. This perisperm which is there in some cases, for example black pepper, for example in case of castor. In some cases this is a nucellar tissue which is there. This is a nucellar tissue, they are diploid in nature. In some cases there are very few like this example in which from this nucellar tissue after fertilization they remain as it is, and from this nucellar tissue a nucellar embryony or embryo formation takes place here by asexual mode of what? Reproduction. There are very few examples for these nucellar embryony. Then this nucellar tissue towards the chalazial end fuse with the integumental tissue here, and here this funicle from this thalamus. From this funicle the fertile tissue which is there emerge here in this ovule, and it conduct water and mineral salt here and food. All that material get sprayed by the process of diffusion here by the two method. One we call it as a apoplastic, as well as second method we call it as a symplastic. Means the tissue which is present here towards the chalazial end of this nucellar tissue which is spread here in the outer integument as well as in this portion, they supply the important material by these two method, apoplastic and symplastic, by these two pathway. Now after fertilization, these are two integument which is present here over these nucellar tissue. The outer integument which is there, that outer integument, it get convert into testa, or we call it as the outer seed coat, which is hard. In some cases it is like this loose. And second we call it as the inner integument. This inner integument converts into tegmen, which is the inner seed coat. Like this, outer integument get converted into outer seed coat, and inner integument get converted into inner seed coat. Outer integument which get converted into outer seed coat we call it as a testa, and inner integument which get converted into inner seed coat we call it as a tegmen. Like this. Now this integument towards the micropylar end, it shows a small opening, we call it as a micropyle. If we see the dicot seed, in case of a dicot seed, if a seed is like this in case of a gram, see here, a small opening is present here at the tip. This small opening is nothing but a micropyle. What is it? Micropyle. In some cases, in some seed, we will see here like the scar like this, or in some cases we will see white scar which is present here also. This structure is nothing but the junction of this ovule body and this funicle. This is a structure we call it as what? Hilum. That hilum persists and it present in the sense of this scar on the seed. In some cases it is present here like this, and here the small opening which is present, that small opening we call it as what? Micropyle. There are some beans, and in these beans here small opening which is present. This small opening is nothing but that is the opening of what? This is a micropyle which absorb water from the soil and seed germination takes place. So all these are the changes which takes place after fertilization. After fertilization, there is a calyx which is there. In some cases, calyx it collapse, but there are some cases after fertilization, if fruit formation is there, it remain as it is, it get attached as it is, or it remain as it is in case of these we call it as what, Solanum melanogaena. These are calyx, they remain as it is here. After fruit formation, these are calyx, they remain as it is here. They do not collapse or they do not detach from the thalamus. There are some example like this. Second example, see here. In case of these Solanum lycopersicum, see these are calyx. It remains as it is after fruit formation also. So in some cases it get collapsed, but in some cases it remains as it is like this. Thalamus, on the thalamus this fruit formation is there, and here the pedicel which is there, that pedicel it provide water and mineral salts and all the food material to that developing that ripened ovary. Thank you.